Some of the biggest people in fashion right now are the Kardashians, and I know that you worked with them
Yeah.
very early on.
Sure.
Would you ever think back then that they would be who they are right now?
Yes and no. First of all, why? Because Kris had went through all these processes earlier on in her personal career, so she learned what worked and didn't work. Yes. Yes, on the flip side, because Kris is determined, and all the girls, and though they are thick as thieves, they are a very tight family unit, and they are dedicated to work. They have a strong work ethic. It's a lot that comes with what they do. No, because at the time I grew up, everybody had a very specific type of talent and or genre. The same reason I didn't think that I would be in front of the camera this long. Kim and I and Chloe and Courtney, we all started at the same time in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I put them on their first runway show with my friends and my partners, Richie Rich and Trevor Raines and Heatherette when I was a partner in Heatherette. Nobody wanted Kim to walk the runway, and me and Trav and Richie Rich put her on there, and that's when she started to take off. Not just because of that. And then I worked with them and I did a lot of product placement. I never thought that people would just want to look in other people's lives or know business. Who wants to hear business from us? All of us are doing this every single day.
Sure.
So I never thought that the world would take them like they did, and I'm very happy because they deserve it. Very, very hardworking family, and I just adore them.
Yeah, you still keep in touch.
I do here and there, but our schedules are so busy that I feel like I'm bothering them because I know what they're doing, and they're not bothering me because I'm handling business all day. But we do keep in touch, and when I talked to Kris maybe about 3 months ago. She was going to be in the book, but she was so busy. By the time we got back together, I couldn't get her in the book.
And then Shark Tank, of course. Is it still as fun as day one?
It is great, and we just got picked up for our 10th season.
Yes. Out of all the guest stars that have been on, who would you want to team up with to do it?
You know who I liked? So surprisingly, I loved Bethany.
Really? What did you love about her?
Well, first of all, I thought she was going to come on and be, loudmouth and this and that. And she is in a good way. She was extremely humble. She was spot on with knowing her market, her brand, and what she could do for others. And she actually really, really, really cared about the outcome of the entrepreneur. And then later on, right after that, all the hurricanes and all those things happened. And every time I was on Instagram or seeing something, she was someplace delivering tons of food and medical devices to people. And she had such a big heart. And I had this theory when I looked at her at first, was like, oh, she's going to come on. And I try not to judge people. But of course, I've been seeing the Housewives, seeing people arguing and drinking all the time, right? Huh?
Are you a big Housewives fan?
Not a big Housewives fan, but a semi-Housewives fan. Anyway, she is absolutely amazing. I would love to partner up with her. And I loved A-Rod too.
Yeah, is he good?
Well, because we look the same. We look exactly the same. I just figured I don't want people confusing us anymore. Dayrod is just what it is.
That's a new thing.
Every time I say that, he probably is like cringing.
Cringing inside.
Please stop.
Did J-Lo ever come to the set?
She had. She came to the set, and we did some other stuff. I had met her several times before that, and she was just very, very, very nice, and they seem like a great couple.